In a small village in India, there was a boy named Rohit. From a young age, Rohit had always felt drawn to feminine clothing and accessories. He loved the feel of soft fabrics against his skin and the way that dresses and skirts flowed around his legs. Rohit knew that his family and community would never understand his love for feminine clothing, so he kept it a secret. However, when he moved away to a hostel for school, he finally felt like he had the freedom to express himself. Every day, Rohit would slip into his favorite dress and twirl around his room, feeling happy and carefree. He loved the way that he looked and felt in his feminine clothing. One day, when Rohit was getting ready for class, his roommate, Raj, walked in unexpectedly. Raj was surprised to see Rohit dressed in a beautiful pink sari and sparkling jewelry. However, he didn't react with disgust or judgment. Instead, Raj said to Rohit, "I won't tell anyone your secret. But you have to be my girlfriend." So, Rohit agreed to the arrangement, and he and Raj became fast friends. They spent their days together, with Rohit dressed in beautiful saris and kurtis, and Raj acting as his protector. Raj had promised Rohit that he would take him to his friend's wedding, and he was determined to make it a special occasion for him. Knowing how important it was for Rohit to look his best, Raj had booked a professional makeup artist and stylist to get him ready for the big day. When the stylist arrived at their hostel, Rohit was already dressed in a stunning lehenga that he had picked out for the occasion. The stylist was impressed with Rohit's outfit and immediately got to work on his hair and makeup. Rohit had always dreamed of having long, flowing hair, so the stylist had brought along a beautiful wig that she had styled just for him. The wig was made of real human hair and cascaded down Rohit's back in soft waves. As she worked on his hair, the stylist created a romantic and feminine updo, complete with a delicate braid and a few loose tendrils framing Rohit's face. She then applied a light and natural makeup look, focusing on enhancing Rohit's features and giving him a glowing complexion. Once the stylist had finished, Rohit looked in the mirror and couldn't believe his eyes. He felt beautiful, confident, and ready to take on the world. When they arrived at the wedding, everyone couldn't help but stare at Rohit. His outfit and hair were a sight to behold, and he received compliments and praise from everyone he met. Even the bride and groom couldn't help but admire Rohit's stunning look. Raja's sister, who had never met Rohit before, was also at the wedding. She couldn't help but notice the beautiful girl in the gorgeous lehenga and long wig. She was intrigued by her and wanted to meet her. When Raj introduced her to Rohit, she was shocked to learn that he was actually a boy. But she didn't judge him or treat him any differently. Instead, she was impressed with his confidence and self-expression. Rohit spent the entire night dancing, laughing, and enjoying himself. And even though he knew that he would eventually have to go back to his conservative community and keep his true self hidden, he felt like a princess for one magical night, and that was enough. As time went on, Rohit's love for feminine clothing became even stronger. He started to experiment with makeup and hairstyles, and he even began performing in drag shows at local bars and clubs. Raja's sister, Nisha, had been curious about Rohit ever since she had met him at the wedding. She had heard from Raj about Rohit's love for dressing up as a girl, and she couldn't help but be intrigued by him. One day, she decided to pay Rohit a visit at his hostel. When she arrived, she asked Rohit about his girlfriend, whom Raj had mentioned before. Rohit hesitated for a moment before realizing that he couldn't keep his true self hidden forever. So, He asked Nisha if she wanted to meet his girlfriend. Nisha was excited at the prospect of meeting Rohit's special someone, so she eagerly agreed. Rohit then went to his room and took some time to change into his favorite girl get-up, complete with a beautiful dress, high heels, and a long wig. When he emerged from his room, Nisha was stunned. She had never seen Rohit look so stunning and feminine. She was impressed by his courage and confidence to be himself in front of her. Nisha asked Rohit what his girlfriend's name was, and Rohit hesitated for a moment before responding with the girl's name, Riya. Nisha immediately played along, and they spent the day out together, shopping, watching a movie, and having dinner. As they walked around the city, Rohit felt free and alive. He had always dreamed of spending time with someone who accepted him for who he truly was. And he felt like he had found that in Nisha. As the day drew to a close, Nisha surprised Rohit by taking him to her ladies' hostel, where she had arranged for him to stay for the night. Rohit was nervous, but excited, to spend the night in an all-girls hostel, and Nisha promised to keep him safe and protected. That night, Rohit felt like he was living in a fantasy world. He was surrounded by girls who accepted him and treated him like one of their own. He stayed up late, chatting and laughing with his new friends, and for the first time in a long time, he felt truly happy. The next morning, Rohit knew that he had to return to his own hostel and his own life. But he was grateful for the experience and the memories that he had made, and he knew that he had found a true friend in Nisha, who would always accept him for who he was, no matter what. Through it all, Raj remained a loyal and supportive friend. He never judged Rohit for his choices, and he always stood by his side. Raj and his sister, Nisha, were excited to go on a family trip with their relatives and friends. However, at the last minute, one of the seats got cancelled, leaving them with an extra spot to fill. Nisha had an idea. Why not invite Rohit to join them on the trip? She knew how much Rohit loved to dress up as a girl, and she thought it would be a fun and exciting experience for him. When Nisha proposed the idea to Raj and their parents, they were a bit hesitant at first. They knew that their relatives and friends were not aware of Rohit's love for dressing up as a girl, and they didn't want him to get caught or feel uncomfortable. But Nisha was determined to make it work. She promised to help Rohit get ready and train him to behave like a girl so that he wouldn't get caught. The day before the trip, Nisha invited Rohit over to her house for a training session. She showed him how to walk, talk, and behave like a girl, and she helped him pick out the perfect dresses, makeup, and accessories for the trip. She also taught him some basic mannerisms, to make him look more feminine. Rohit was nervous but excited to be going on the trip. Nisha introduced him to everyone as his girly name, Riya, and he did his best to act like a girl. At first, he felt a bit awkward and self-conscious, but soon he started to relax and enjoy himself. Over the course of the 5-day trip, everyone fell in love with Riya. They found her to be polite, gentle, and caring for all. They admired her beauty and style, and they were impressed by her intelligence and wit. On the last day of the trip, one of their friends invited Riya and her family to their farmhouse next month to discuss something important. Riya was thrilled at the invitation and felt grateful for the opportunity to make new friends and connections. As they returned from the trip, Rohit was filled with a sense of happiness and contentment. He had finally found a place where he belonged, where he could be himself without fear of judgment or rejection. And he knew that he had Nisha to thank for making it all possible. After the successful family trip, Rohit's love for dressing up as a girl had only grown stronger. He longed to share his secret with his parents, but he was scared of their reaction. One day, he confided in Nisha and asked for her help. She agreed to accompany him to his house and talk to his parents about his true identity. The day of the meeting arrived, and Rohit and Nisha went to his house secretly. Rohit's parents were surprised to see Nisha, but they welcomed her warmly. Nisha explained everything to them about Rohit's love for dressing up as a girl and his new identity as Riya. At first, Rohit's parents were shocked and confused. They couldn't believe that their son had been living a secret life all this time. But as Nisha showed them pictures and told them stories of Riya on the family trip, they began to understand his feelings and struggles. That night, Rohit's father called him to his room and spoke to him with love and understanding. He told Rohit that he had always wanted a daughter, and that he was happy to accept Riya as his own. He also promised to dance at her wedding, whenever that may be. The following week, Rohit's parents went to meet Riya's parents and ask for her hand in marriage for their son. To their delight, Riya's parents agreed happily, and they all celebrated with joy and excitement. As for Riya, she was overwhelmed with emotion and happiness. She had finally found a place where she belonged, where she could be herself and be loved for who she was. And she looked forward to her future as a wife to the man she loved, with the full support and blessings of her family and friends. The end.